So, John, what's different between just a regular old vSAN and vSAN in a VMware cloud environment, such as VMC on AWS?
So the thing to think about VMC on AWS is it's a private cloud delivered in a public cloud. So it's a cluster delivered to you, but it is fully managed. This is sitting on hardware within AWS data centers. And there's a couple of unique characteristics, I guess, to think about this as a vSAN operator. So first off, life cycle is not necessarily your problem. You've got other people who's in automation that's job is to make sure to patch that. You can, work on deciding when those windows are, but you're no longer responsible for deploying or managing the hosts or vCenter server. You get to be a kind of a consumer, so to speak, of that. The other things also to think about if a drive fails, another host is just going to magically appear. These are from a hardware and design basis where previously you might have said, I'm going to design for N+3, or N+2. Now, if a host fails, another one just automatically appears. So, instead of a 4-hour SLA, you've got, a much faster response to failures. Some other things to think about is the cluster data services already kind of decided on you. So things like compression and encryption. Key managers are provided and managed. You don't have to go set up your own compliant key manager and deal with that for encryption. There are, a lot of the same things that and love, things like RAID levels. As you deploy larger clusters, you will be steered to a larger SPBM policy or a larger RAID level to protect those VMs to stay within SLA. Stretched clustering can be done between availability zones. So rather than you have to go out and procure, a dark fiber or something, that's automatically handled. And you can hit the highest of SLAs within the environment within that. So it's a little bit of it's actually a lot of the vSAN you already know and love, but it's some of the day-to-day kind of operator tasks offloaded so you can get back to focusing more on line of business and other more critical things.
So, in other words, I think if I'm hearing you right, then look and feel same, but some of those operational tasks that were incumbent as a part of owning the hardware may not necessarily be there anymore because that's somebody else's job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a hardware nerd and I love figuring, I'm going to use exactly this kind of SSD for my cache and and it's like, okay, here's your host, it just magically appears. So it definitely helps offload a lot of that.